High school seems to go on forever. It may only be 4 short years, but in those 4 years, teachers expect us to master college-level prowess. That means skill. It was our vocabulary word of the week. In English, history, science, and math. They expect us to have perfect attendance and to do 2 hours of homework per class per night. They want us to live like robots, with no ounce of creativity or freedom of expression to be seen or heard of in their classrooms. Well, not me. I'm finished with this dictatorship known as high school. At least I get a fun break tonight with little Christopher. Madison scribbled away in her journal as the last bell rang in her 7th period study hall. She was exhausted from the 3 essays, 10-page history study guide, and studying for her big calculus test this morning. To her, the week seemed to find no end, and by this Friday afternoon, she was ready to throw up her hands and walk away from the massive load of homework looming over her head this upcoming weekend. She was focused on her 4-year-old cousin that always knew how to put a smile on her face. Little Christopher's parents would be gone to the city for a dinner and a play to celebrate their 7th wedding anniversary, which meant hours full of imagination and games for her and her cousin tonight. When Madison walked in the door, Christopher came running and nearly knocked her to the ground. Her aunt and uncle quickly went over dinner, emergency phone numbers, and when they would be home before rushing out the door themselves. It was just the 2 of them now. Let the games begin. They began with building a massive pillow fort, fit for kings in the playroom, out of couch cushions, spare sheets, and the dining room chairs. Christopher wanted it to be the biggest they had ever attempted and be prepared for the dinosaur attacks. Madison always seemed to underestimate Christopher's creativity because each time the games got more complicated and thought out as he grows and prepares for school next year. His imagination inspired her, and she wanted to cultivate his creativity so that he grew up ready to conquer the world with his grand ideas. So she did everything she could to help little Christopher be a knight, architect, dinosaur slayer, and whatever else he decided to be when she came over to play games. As their battle ended and dinner was finished, Christopher requested she read him a story. Of course, the one her little cousin chose was about a little boy that wanted to grow up and be a writer. Madison read the book with as much enthusiasm as she could muster, and then began to get Christopher ready for bed. Once he was all tucked in, Madison curled up on the sofa and read the book again. It talked about how hard it was to be in school, and that it would take a lot of hard work to become a writer. Madison only ever dreamed of having her stories, poems, and writings lining the bookstore shelves. She broke down in tears, and she made a connection to her baby cousin's book. School may be hard, but if she is willing to put forth the effort, then her dreams